Hey there, this is Doug Vermeeren, the Speaking Business Multiplier, here with another episode of Speaking Tips. So again, here we've got the surveys that I use at my events, and I'm going to just share one of the questions that I had someone ask me recently here. How important is it to have a book for your speaking business? You know, what's funny is there's so many programs out there right now promoting a way that they can help you write a book, and oftentimes in there they'll tell you that a book is a necessity. If you're a speaker, you need it to be able to get yourself out there and gain more credibility in the marketplace. I'm going to say yes and no. A book is helpful to your career. Number one, if it's the right book, it can really make a difference. And the problem, I think, is that a lot of speakers are writing the wrong book. Not just books, but they're creating the incorrect products for their funnels. They aren't supporting their clients with a book. What they're doing is they're writing it from an ego point of view, in other words, to serve them, and the book really doesn't address the real needs of their primary client. Why? Because they've never taken the time to find the primary client. So there's really a lot of roots to that problem. But let's just go back to this idea of a book. I think now I've probably got about 12 books that are out. I've written several, in fact, even in the Guerrilla Marketing series, and several others that have either been self-published or through major publishers like Random House. You know what I found is that as a speaker, the book really hasn't made a difference. And in today's society, I find that I get more mileage out of my social media, regular media like TV, and my blog posts and things like that than I ever do from a book. And to be quite frank, if you look at your book sales through bookstores, all of those numbers have dropped dramatically over the last 10 years. The thing is folks, nobody really, well, a small group is really the only ones that are still reading books. Everyone else is going for their information to videos like this or Google or where else. So I think if you're going to create a product, I think that there's far more useful things to begin creating than starting with a book. Now, having said that, I do find value in my books. I just use them a little differently, and I don't count on book sales or traffic to my books to get me speaking events or to sell or fill my workshops. So if you're going to create a product, I guess what I'm saying in long and short is carefully consider if a book is the right fit. And I certainly think if you're doing it for profit or exposure, there's a lot better ways to do it. If you're doing it for marketplace credibility, okay, it may have value. If you're doing it as a bonus to go in a workshop, okay, it may have value. But just think carefully before you invest the effort and time to create a book. Now, having said all this stuff around books, I'll do another presentation or podcast thing or video blog here later on about how to use the book and what I have found to work most successfully with each of the books that I've written. So like I said, I've got about a dozen books or so out right now. Some of them have really been highly profitable for me, but it's in the way that I've used it. So we'll cover that in another episode. And until next time, I'm Doug Vermeeren, the Speaking Business Multiplier, and be brilliant. And just remember that now is your time. So have at her.